Yo everybody, welcome back to Just Another Car Show. Here we are again today. The last thing we did with the 240 you guys saw was we did the diagnosis. I heard like a weird, not knocking, like rattling. And one of the main things Sam and I saw was that the timing chain was making a weird rattling noise. After I heard about the rattling sound, I kind of did some research online. It was the weirdest car research. When I first saw everything, people were just taking out engine parts. I talked to Sam about that and we were both so suspect of that we were like, okay, we got to figure out the right way to do this. We got to figure out what's really going on. So I called the dealership to make sure they didn't have any recalls on this car. There have been no recalls on the 240s. So then I actually got to talk to a Nissan mechanic, and he said everyone he knows who has a 240 has taken the timing chain guides out, and that Nissan actually updated the technician manual and said that if you do a repair on a timing chain on a 240, you remove the timing chain guides. It's 240 time. We're just happy to be here.
Yep.
So shout out to Rock Auto. They sent us all the parts as usual. Love Rock Auto. So what we're gonna do first is we're just gonna pull these spark plugs out and get the the valve cover off so we can get to the valve cover gasket. That's what this guy is. Right here. All right. I said spark plugs earlier, but I meant ignition coils. I think when we're putting a valve cover back on, you need to tighten it down inside to out. But when you're taking it off, it don't really matter. What do you know? Interesting. The world's an interesting place. Come on. Come on. Alright, don't touch any of that.
You're not supposed to put RTV on it.
This is a sign that the guy who owned it for a few months didn't really know what he's doing.
Well, it wasn't tight, yeah.
Because
people don't give a shit.
Alright, but this one came with the outside one and the inside one, so we're going to take both this off. I'm going to go put this somewhere safe. Right there, that's perfect. We're not going to put this on yet because that would require us to put the cover back on, and right now we need to check out the front. And this right here, see this random plate? This is the timing chain guide that they say everybody takes off. Let's take it off and look at the underside. This seems like a weird thing to do.
Crazy.
But look, you can see there's lines where the chain's been running on it.
Yeah, you can see it. In theory, if we put the valve cover back on, turn this car on, it won't make the sound.
Yeah, in theory. So it looks like what I'll need to do is I'll need to unplug my distributor and then just unbolt all this stuff right here and take this piece off. Oh yeah, because it's right there.
Is it right there?
It's right there on the side. But I'll unplug my distributor here. This is when we get to do some Picasso. Like out and around and up and over. And then it comes up and loop, up and loop. Okay, so that looks kind of like that. So as we take bolts off, we'll shove them in where they are so that we don't put anything in the wrong place later. Oh, hey, we got the wrenches. Ah. Okay, so already the first thing, you cannot get this bolt out without removing the ignition coil.
What we're doing is this bolt here, this is actually what you change your distributor timing with. So what we're gonna do is we're actually gonna mark where the bolt is-ish and where the distributor is, so that way when we put this thing back together, it doesn't.
We don't have to change anything.
We can check, we'll check timing too, but that'll be a good indication of knowing that we're at least really, really, really close.
Nice.
Doesn't look like this has much of adjustment timing anyway.
No, that is very small adjustment.
It's only like a good 20 degrees-ish.
Pull this bolt out and put it over here for our ignition coil mark. And that's about Andy right there.
Come on. Oh, damn.
I'm just kidding.
That's so mean.
Yes, I mean you're accurate, but come on though.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Oh. There you go. Oh. Lovely joining.
That's like what I enjoy about weightlifting. You okay?
Oh.
Holy shit.
The Nissan bit me.
Can you call HR or?
HR, this Nissan is abusing me. Well, now my blood is part of this car, so whoever gets it, appreciate the work we did.
You might wanna. Oh.
All right, I'll take 5 and go wash my hands. Blood, sweat, and tears, man. Got those boys taped up. Oh, there we go. So we just took that other tiny bolt out the bottom and Sam just pulled the distributor out. Hey, can we like put it up so it doesn't possibly spin on anything? Oh, nice. Oh, you got it.
Here's a good thing. Let's go do that.
Nice. This is our new tensioner. Check this out. So look, when they gave it to us with this pin in the side of it that is keeping this piston pushed down. Because look at how far out this one is here while it's in the engine. So that pin is what's going to allow us to take these pieces out easily and then pull the pin and it should apply tension. All right, here we go, boys.
Cool.
Hell yeah, boys. Let's see how it feels, because this is the old one. It's definitely a little loose.
Oh, this is really loose.
Yeah. Okay, so it looks like we did exactly what we wanted to do. Just getting a little oil on it so it doesn't go in dry. Okay, here we go. The bolts are back in. They're just in the piece. All right. We have to torque these bolts down first, because if we just put this in and then pull the pin, the pressure from this chain, from this hydraulic little push, could actually be pushing this away from the chain if the bolts aren't torqued down enough. Follow the rules, kids.
Follow the rules.
You know what 12 to 14 feels like.
That bitch ain't going nowhere.
All right, here we go. Everybody be
Wait.
quiet. There it was.
That wasn't satisfying.
No, I was really expecting a little more of a clink. Start putting it back together. That's all we wanted to do. Oh man, we're gonna start this bitch up and she's gonna sound like purring like a kitten. All right, so what we're doing right now is we're getting the rest of the old seal, the RTV, the old gray RTV that they used on this car. We're gonna be putting black RTV on, but when we put this back, Sam said black's best for oil. We trust Sam. Are you gonna do the smear? Nice. All right, let's put it back on. I'm gonna do this one here and this one here simultaneously. What they need. Okay, so we just put this plate back on and we tightened it up. So now it's snug right up onto the engine, and we're gonna worry about our ignition coil next. Here this guy comes. Oh man, I hope there's enough room. That's it. It's in. I just pushed it straight in and it went in. So that's even a better sign. Now I'm gonna put this long bolt in down in this corner. Oh, I should have done that before I pushed the ignition coil in. Just a little. So we'll get this guy tight and then we'll push the ignition coil back in. That's a good sign, that guy's tight. That's like exactly our mark right there. Just out of being aware of this shit. I don't know what the actual rules are, but I'm gonna caddy corner bolts. That's why I did this one, then this one, and then I'll do that one, so that it continually gets pressed from all the angles and it's not like tight on the left side and then the right. You know what I'm saying? This day started out a little slow, but now we're at the exciting part and it gets hype at the end. So now we are gonna just line up the distributor to where it used to be. That looks right to me. That's what I saw your line as.
Yeah, that's good.
Okay, so now we'll sit down next to Sam. We'll put our new gasket on our valve cover. So here's our new valve cover. This center ring goes over these guys. Just maybe some globs on the corners.
So the reason that we put dabs of RTV on it is actually not to seal anything, because these gaskets seal pretty well. It's to make sure it doesn't fall off when you flip it over to put it on. So it makes it easier to get it on and off.
Okay, it goes like this, upside down, huh? Here we go.
Good luck.
Captain.
I got it.
Under that. There you go. Perfect. Okay.
Perfect.
That looks good. You got to put it back on so that it seals evenly across from the inside out. There we go. Right there. Last one. Woo! See how the gasket is like pinched right there? You can see it kind of bulging out a little.
Yeah.
That's what we want. When we took off the other one, when we looked at this edge, nothing was pinched, nothing was tight. All right, now we gotta put that hose back on. There we go.
Wind is picking up. Looks good.
All right, so basically what we've done now here is we assumed our rattling was from the upper timing chain guide. We talked to all the Nissan people, we checked online, we checked the forums, we talked to a Nissan tech. He said you can remove it, we did. But because we also heard the noise coming from up top, we put that new tensioner in for the top portion of the timing chain. Got the timing is still correct. Everything's tightened back down. New gasket on. Ignition coil is in. All right, see you in a second. Let's run it. Everybody ready?
Yep.
She goes. We went to start the car and we ran into some issues. The car like barely ran. We all kind of like looked around at each other for a quick second and were terrified because we had no idea what we had done.
Cutter. Cut it. It's way off. It's not even close.
I think we tried starting it a few times and Sam would adjust it and it like kind of grabbed. Nothing's ever easy.
When you put it in, did you like move it all like this when you were trying to put it in, or just go straight in?
It went straight in. That's why I was like, oh, nice.
We're taking off the distributor cap and we're gonna look for the rotor. And that rotor should correspond to what we're gonna do is we're gonna find top dead center, line up that with number 1, and then we should be good.
There they go.
There you go.
Nice.
There you
Great
go.
job, Ben.
Cool. Over. What you're gonna do is you're just gonna bump it over.
Just once.
Yeah. So what you're gonna do is just go like one little bump. So what we're doing is actually lining up the timing marks right now with the pointer. Get close at least. Okay. One little bump. One more little bump. Yeah. There you go. Okay. Stay right there. Don't move it. That's perfect.
So we're at top dead center now.
We are now close. We're not on top dead
But
center,
we're
but
close.
we're relatively close. I'm gonna change this rotor here
To be on the 1.
to be close to 1. Our little one. Our little one. I know we are 30 degrees advanced. We are 30 or 40 degrees advanced
Okay.
at our best. So, sure, I'm gonna pour them out. My hands are dirty. This maybe.
How far do you think?
That's like 30 degrees.
So you get us to 1. Nice. Yep.
We're definitely closer, right? It's definitely farther up this way.
Oh, yeah,
Yeah. So
definitely.
let's turn the screws back in.
The other weird thing about the distributor is that it has these 2 bolts that hold the distributor in. So you only have the ability to adjust it, the length of the railing that the distributor sits on within those bolts. Everybody ready?
Yep.
Yep.
Okay, yeah, go again. Right now, it looks like it's too much retarded. So before it was too far advanced, now it's too far retarded.
Okay. So we would get it all the way forward, and it would like just barely catch. The engine would just barely run. She'd be struggling, and we'd be like, okay, pull the bolts out. We'll move it we'll advance it that much further or retard it that much further back. Like we would just barely nudge it, put it back in. Same situation. We'd do it. Okay, move it a little bit more. We did this like 4 or 5 times.
Try it.
Here we go. Everybody feeling good?
Yep. Go again. Sorry.
It was getting kind of frustrating, kind of the point like we were starting to feel a little bit lost, and then we just went for it once or twice, and we finally got the car to run well in time. Everything was good. No check engine lights. Solid running car. Excited to hear the new engine fix that we had done. And I got out of the car. Sam said it before I even got out of the car. Sometimes Andy will like throw a wrench or something when you try to start your car. Sam will knock on something when you try to start your car. It's a funny joke. But this was not a laughing matter. The rattle was still very, very much there.
definitely the chain, right?
Yeah, it sounds exactly. The story of the rattle continues.
Ah, man, I don't even know what to say. This was supposed to be our quick fix. We were hoping after talking to that Nissan tech, we were hoping that by removing the top timing chain guide and putting a new tensioner on the upper side of it, because it sounds like the noise is coming from the top, the new tensioner on the upper half of the timing chain, we would be good. That did not happen. We don't agree with everybody who just takes all the guides out. We don't think that's a smart way to run the engine. So we're gonna have to revisit this video in this edit and this day. Thanks for watching. Like and subscribe. We suffer for this shit. That's it. We might be okay.
Guess what?
That's it. That's how you fix the lifter tick.